for a limited time, so giddy on up. Come on and see us or visit dickies.com.
Good morning, America. This morning, 1, 2, 3 punch. After back-to-back nor'easters batter the East Coast, a third storm is now taking shape, bringing a new round of rough surf, wind, and snow, and more potential power outages. The GMA weather team tracking the storm. Who will it affect and when?
Gunman's standoff. What we're now learning about the decorated Army veteran who took hostages at this veteran's home. His foster parents speaking out.
To watch that is just not our Albert.
The gunman and the 3 female employees he held at gunpoint found dead, as we learned this morning that one of them was pregnant.
Rallying support President Trump's push in Pittsburgh for a congressional candidate and unveiling his own slogan for 2020.
Keep America great! Exclamation point. Keep America great.
What he's saying about a possible run against Oprah Winfrey while criticizing past presidents for their handling of North Korea.
And the journey begins. American Idol, the phenomenon that launched stars like Kelly and Carrie, premiering at its new home tonight, ABC. Judges getting ready to make dreams come true. And, when necessary, keeping it real.
You are not going to Hollywood.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good Sunday morning, everyone. Hope you're doing okay without that extra hour of sleep. Struggling a
I'm
little
doing
bit?
okay. Ron Claiborne's flagging, but we'll
Wake up,
keep an
Ron.
eye on him throughout the morning.
I'm fine.
He's got IV on a drip.
All right, we do want to get straight to our top story on this Sunday morning, though. A third nor'easter is winding up. It is ready to strike the Northeast, and this is not welcome news for a region that is still dealing with fallout, such as power outages and flooding from the first 2 storms.
Look at the radar. The storm developing off the Carolina coast later today, likely to bring snow, rain, flooding, winds, and travel delays to the beleaguered East Coast. The cleanup from the first 2 storms, which came less than a week apart, it's not even over. Nearly 48,000 customers without power this morning.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 punch. Sam Champion is in for Rob Marciano. And Sam, you're tracking the storm. What do the models look like this morning?
Well, they're in agreement a little bit more this morning. Good morning, everyone, by the way. So let's get serious about it because, yes, indeed, we do have a nor'easter that will be Monday into Tuesday on that mid-Atlantic into New England situation. So here's what we're looking at here. We look at the timing on all of this. By Sunday at 5 p.m., we find our low right on the coastline. By Monday morning at 8 a.m., that low is now kind of moved up to the Carolina shore. So we have accumulating snow in the mountains there, anywhere from Kentucky, Tennessee, into the mountains of Virginia as well. Then we'll watch this thing strengthen. And does it? Boy, does it. It's going to, what they call bomb, really deepen very quickly. But the thing with this one is it's further offshore. So it's not what we've seen from the past 2 storms. This is a totally different animal. Will there be wind? Yes. Coastal erosion, yes. Flooding at high tide times, yes. And even some snow. We'll go over who's getting the most snow, who's getting rain, and even who's getting storms throughout the broadcast, so you won't be left surprised by this storm. Back to you guys.
Sam, thank you. Much more weather coming up throughout the hour. To politics now, though, and President Trump on the stump overnight in classic rangy form. He was in Pennsylvania, ostensibly to campaign for a Republican candidate who's locked in a surprisingly tight race in a district Trump won by 19-20 points.
Yeah, the president barely mentioned that local race. However, instead, he focused on everything from tariffs to North Korea to his own appearance. He also unveiled his slogan for his 2020 re-election campaign. ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is back with us this morning from Washington. Tara, good morning to you.
Good morning. That's right, Dan and Paula. It was vintage Trump in Pennsylvania. White House aides say expect a lot more of these rallies until the midterm elections. Overnight, for the first time, President Trump unveiling his 2020 campaign.
Our new slogan, when we start running in, can you believe it, 2 years from now, is going to be Keep America Great! Exclamation point. Keep America great.
Even slamming his potential opponent, Oprah Winfrey.
I know her weakness. Wouldn't we love to run against Oprah? I would love it. That would be a painful experience for her.
Winfrey has denied she has any interest in running for president. All this at President Trump's rally in the Steel City.
Steel is back and aluminum is back.
Just days after announcing market-rattling steel tariffs,
Pennsylvania is the state that gave us American independence, American freedom, and what else? American steel.
Returning to a state he says feels like home after helping him win the election. This time to endorse Republican congressional candidate Rick Saccone, days ahead of a close special election.
They're all watching because I won this district like by 22 points.
He won that district by 19 points, but it's an unusually tight race for Saccone.
Are you going to help me on Tuesday? Let's close this deal!
Republicans throwing a whopping $9 million at the election, fearing that if they lose a safe seat in Congress, it's a downward spiral to the 2018 midterms. Trump dubbed the Democratic candidate Conor Lamb the Sham, claiming he would vote along party lines, even though he's running as a moderate. The president touched on his own accomplishments since he took office.
We've created almost 300,000 new manufacturing jobs. You saw what I did with the tariffs. They said, we don't want to pay tariffs. And I think we're doing a good job for you. I hope so. We're working hard.
But focused on his potential landmark meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, calling it a done deal.
This should have been handled, and everybody will say it, too. But that's okay, because that's what we do. We handle things.
Even bashing former presidents for not stopping North Korea's nuclear weapons program.
They had their shot, and all they did was nothing.
It's a risky move for President Trump to put his political capital on the line for a weak candidate. If Saccone loses a safe seat, it could be seen as another referendum on Trump. But White House officials say he feels like he has no other choice. Dan? Paula?
Yeah, that special election on Tuesday. Tara, thank you for your reporting this morning. And Dan, I know that you recently spent a good deal of time in this particular Pennsylvania district. What was your impression?
Well, I spent some time with Rick Saccone, the candidate there, the Republican candidate. He's a really interesting guy. He spent time in Iraq getting involved in interrogations. He's lived in North Korea. He's been a professor. He's a state rep. He calls himself Trump before Trump. This is the back of his campaign card where we spoke at length. The Democratic candidate, however, Conor Lamb, did not want to talk to the national media. He is really trying to keep a low and local profile. We did, however, spend a bunch of time with his supporters. These are some union voters, and then here we are in the suburbs, in a fancy suburb outside of Pittsburgh, where they are strongly anti-Trump. And many of these women say they are now first-time political activists because of Trump.
Yeah, that seems to be driving them to the polls. So we want to bring in ABC's chief White House correspondent, John Karl, who's hosting This Week later this morning. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paula.
So let's dig in more on this Pennsylvania special election. Some are saying that it could be an indicator of what might happen in November's midterms when the Democrats are going to try to flip 24 seats to regain the House. Is this race really that important?
Well, it would be a disaster for the Republicans to lose this. Remember, as Trump himself pointed out in his rally last night, he won this district by 20-plus points in November of 2016. The fact that there is even a race here is a troubling sign for the Democrats, but they seem to have put together almost the ideal candidate. They've made this very close. It'll be interesting to see if the Democrats blow it after coming so close, whether or not there'll be any second guessing of that thing that Dan mentioned, this Conor Lamb not talking to the media at all. It seems kind of a strange approach for a new candidate for Congress.
He is talking to the local media, though, and this race will be interesting. A lot of people are going to look at it as maybe a sign of the beginning of a blue wave. Let's move, though, John, to North Korea. You had this exchange with the president this week, right around the time that the news was breaking about his possible meeting with the North Korean dictator. What's your sense now? Is this meeting actually going to happen, and if so, under what circumstances?
Well, there was some confusion created the next day. On Friday, Sarah Sanders, the press secretary, said that there were concrete actions that the North Koreans would take before a meeting would take place. That implied that there are preconditions. What are those concrete actions? She mentioned denuclearizations. Was there any commitment being made? I've been told that actually there's been no change since this was announced Thursday night, that this meeting, the planning is underway. The only guarantee that has been offered is that there will be no nuclear testing or missile testing before the meeting by the North Koreans. We will see, but that is one of the questions that I'm going to want to put to Raj Shah on this week. Also, by the way, Dan and Paula, where is this meeting going to take place? We have no indication of that yet.
Yeah, there are lots of locations have been talked about, including the DMZ, including Mar-a-Lago, but either way, a huge risk. John Karl, thank you. We look forward to your show this morning. I want to remind everybody, John does have a big show. He's going to go one-on-one, as he said, with the White House principal, Deputy Press Secretary Raj Shah.
Plus, the Powerhouse Roundtable weighs in on yet another wild week in Washington. Of course, that's coming up on This Week right here on ABC a little later this morning.
Thanks again to John Carl.
Yes.
We're going to move on now, though, to the latest on that outrageous mishap at a fertility clinic in Cleveland. A local law firm saying it's now flooded with phone calls from patients who want to sue after a reported freezer malfunction may have made their eggs, thousands of them, eggs and embryos, no longer viable.
And unfortunately, the patients won't really know the viability of these eggs until they're thawed. Now, the law firm plans to file a lawsuit as soon as tomorrow. Ariel Reshef is covering the story for us this morning. Ariel, good morning.
Good morning, Paula and Dan. For patients, the devastating news of that malfunction is now compounded by an agonizing wait to see if their eggs and embryos are still viable. Many now demanding answers as the hospital investigates how this could have happened.
For patients like Caitlin Gerbog, her 10 eggs and 4 embryos stored at the University Hospital's fertility clinic in Cleveland were her chance for a family.
What I had is gone, so, and there's no way to recreate it.
This morning, she's one of many patients preparing to take legal action against the clinic after 2,000 eggs and embryos may have been compromised due to a malfunction with its liquid nitrogen containers.
At this point, we do not know the viability of all of the stored eggs and embryos, although we do know some have been impacted.
The hospital launching an investigation into what it describes as an unexpected temperature fluctuation. To determine the viability of the eggs and embryos, they must be fully thawed and can't be refrozen.
It's beyond devastating. It's like a spiritual, emotional, physical loss.
Each year, many enduring the costly process to freeze eggs and embryos, which can take an emotional toll.
I think I'm going to be feeling this every day because to me it's my child's potential sibling.
My worst fear materialized.
One of the lawyers representing some of the patients saying each has their own compelling story. They are all completely devastated by this news. We will seek all damages available under the law to hold the appropriate parties accountable for failing to protect these precious gifts of life.
It could take months for patients of that clinic to know if their eggs and embryos are still viable. Doctors I've talked to want to strongly reassure patients that while heartbreaking, this type of malfunction is rare. Just as a precaution, some fertility experts are checking the safety standards at their own labs to ensure this can't happen anywhere again.
But just to hear from that patient, anybody who's gone through an infertility struggle or knows somebody, I mean, this is wrenching.
It hits close to home.
Heart-wrenching. Could be a huge lawsuit. All right, Ariel, thank you. And there are new details emerging this morning about the 3 victims of the California Veterans Home rampage, including heartbreaking news that one of the women was 7 months pregnant.
We're also this morning learning more about the gunman, a decorated veteran who had been treated for PTSD. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Yountville with the latest. Marcus, good morning to you.
Dan and Paula, good morning. The Pathway Home, as it is known, is still a crime scene this morning as investigators are trying to figure out why that decorated Army veteran would kill 3 women here. And this morning, we are learning more about the man behind that deadly standoff from a couple that once cared for him. This morning, new details about 36-year-old Albert Wong from those who knew him. His former guardians describing his experience in Afghanistan.
Awful, I think awful. He saw what you see that you think you only see in the movies. Albert had to see that.
Now a community in mourning after the decorated Army veteran opened fire at the facility where he was treated for PTSD, taking hostages and killing 3 women.
To watch that was just not our Albert.
The victims' psychologists, Dr. Jennifer Golick and Dr. Jennifer Gonzalez, who authorities say was 7 months pregnant, along with the executive director of the nonprofit Pathway Home, Dr. Christine Lober, seen here in a group photo with Wong.
We also lost one of our heroes who clearly had demons.
A relative of one of the victims telling ABC News Wong was asked to withdraw from the Veterans Program 2 weeks ago because he, quote, wasn't fitting in.
He felt that he was going to get some good help from the program in Napa.
Wong returning to the Pathway Home Friday just after 10 a.m., storming the building where a going-away party was happening for one employee, laying siege armed with a rifle, at one point exchanging gunfire with a sheriff's deputy.
Shots fired. Copy, shots fired.
Hostage negotiators spending hours trying to bring about a peaceful ending as Wong held the 3 women at gunpoint. But at 6 p.m. on Friday, all 4 were found dead. And who could have imagined that Wong would come back to this place and kill so many people? And certainly his involvement in that program and reported withdrawal is a key part of this investigation that Dan and Paula continues this morning.
Certainly isn't so much tragedy there in California. Thank you so much for your reporting this morning, Marcus. And let's send things over to Ron for a look at the other headlines that we're covering. Good morning to you,
Paula.
Ron.
Good morning to you, Dan, Diane, Sam. Sir. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. We're going to begin with breaking news out of Colony, upstate New York. That's near the state capital, Albany, there, where 3 postal employees were brought to the hospital overnight after reacting to a substance on a package at a sorting facility. Police say that one person broke out in a rash after coming into contact with that package. Another also getting a rash just from entering the room where the package was being held. We are told everyone will be fine. In Pomona, California, a suspect is in custody after a 17-hour standoff with police accused of fatally shooting a rookie officer and seriously wounding another, 39-year-old Isaiah Valencia, now charged with murder. Police say it all started when officers tried to pull him over. As he was driving Friday night, Valencia refused to stop, crashed his truck, and then barricaded himself inside of an apartment building for those 17 hours. The officer who was killed was 30-year-old Officer Gregory Casillas, who joined the force just last September. In upstate New York, police revealing that a person of interest in the death of a State University at Binghamton co-ed, that person may have fled the country. Binghamton police say they believe that person, who was a male, a nursing student at the school, had a relationship with the victim, 22-year-old Haley Anderson. She was found dead Friday, her death being ruled a homicide. In Florida, Tiger Woods shot back in his first tournament. He could win his first tournament in nearly 5 years. Wow. How about that? He could. Coming into the final round of the Valspar tournament, he's tied for second, 1 shot behind the leader, Corey Connors of Canada. The 42-year-old, Tiger Woods, that is, shot a 4-under par 67. Pretty good Saturday. His lowest score on the golf tour since 2015. Woods underwent spinal fusion surgery just last April. He's saying he feels good. Looks good. Yeah, playing well. In California, a daring rescue caught on camera a paraglider who was stranded on a cliff in Torrey Pines, just north of San Diego. You see there, a paramedic and a lifeguard rappelling down more than 200 feet to free this guy after his parachute got stuck in a ravine on the face of a cliff. He was then hoisted up by helicopter and taken away. And finally, a proud papa took to Facebook to share his very special day with his daughter. His name is Captain Pete Montgomery, and that's his daughter there, Rosalind, keeping it all in the family, sitting side by side in the cockpit as they pilot and co-pilot, a flight by Mesa Airlines. Dad says words cannot express his excitement and joy.
What a cool
That's
moment.
really cool. Yeah,
How about that for a daddy-daughter date?
Yeah, that's cool.
I love that.
Probably all started with Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, and here we are.
It started before then, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess
We'll stay away from
yeah,
that.
I should think about the chronology there. Thank you, Ron, for your biology lesson on a Sunday morning. Sam Champion, can you save us, sir?
I can, sir, because we're talking about the birth of a nor'easter by Monday, and we're going to show you right now what it is before then. Let's show you the pictures of the hailstorms. More than 30 reports of hail from yesterday into early this morning in 5 states, anywhere from pea size to softball size. The biggest ones, those you're seeing right there, are bigger than golf ball, almost softball size. It's just hard to see them from the distance. The biggest ones in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, about 3.5 inches in diameter. Let's show you what's going on with this storm. This is a stormy day into the southeast as our low makes the trek all the way across. It's a long line of storms, and believe me, this is going to be some big rain and some intense thunderstorms. If there's going to be any tornadoes, there's a slight risk of them right there in the coastal areas of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. So keep an eye on those storms today. Very heavy rain, anywhere from 1 to 3, maybe even 4 inches of rain. Then look at where that low forms. Remember, this is Sunday at 10 p.m. This is our Monday into Tuesday nor'easter. That low right there, we'll go over that in the next half hour so that no one's surprised. That's the weather around the nation. Here's what you can expect this morning.
Under partly sunny skies today with our temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, we will see added clouds by tonight and a possible mix after midnight through tomorrow morning. The majority of the impact's going to stay south of the D.C. metro, but a few slick spots can't be entirely ruled out tomorrow morning. As we go through the rest of tomorrow afternoon, we'll be changing over to rain, and we will be watching this system kick off the coastline. By Tuesday and Wednesday, it's quite blustery with highs in the 40s.
A lot of changes in West Coast weather as well in the next few days. We have you covered.
That was an awkward pause.
Do you want to know what they are now, or?
Yeah, we're all good. Speaking of awkward.